Here. Roxanne. Thank you. Okay, so what do we have here? We have myself, Jen's here, Barney here?
Barney said he may be late.
Okay, fine. Everyone can hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. What time is it? 4:01. Okay. I'm going to call to order. The facility meeting, committee meeting of the Park District of Highland Park is called to order on Thursday, October 14th, 2021 at 4:02 p.m. Pursuant to Section 7E of the Open Meetings Act, the President of the Board of Park Commissioners has made a finding that it's not practical or prudent to hold in-person meetings because of the COVID-19 public health emergency. Neither the elected officials nor the public will be allowed to attend the regular or committee meetings in person but will participate virtually. Links to the virtual meeting can be found on the Park District website. Roxanne, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Bernstein,
Here.
Commissioner Freeman,
Here.
and Commissioner Kaplan.
Here.
We have a quorum, and my understanding is President Ruttenberg will be joining us later in the meeting. Next item on the agenda is additions to the agenda. Executive Director Romes, are there any additions to the agenda?
None from staff unless the board has any.
I don't have anything. All right, next item on the agenda is public comments. Executive Director Romes, is there anyone from the public attending today's meeting?
No, there's not.
And have you received any correspondence with regard to?
No.
Okay, I will, even though there are nobody present, if anybody does decide to join the meeting to participate, just let us know, and they can use the raise hand feature on Zoom if they want to be heard. So just let us know, myself as chair, whether someone wants to participate or not. Okay, great, thanks. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the facility committee meeting minutes from September 21st, 2021. I will note that I reviewed them and I found them to be satisfactory. Well, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by former President and current Commissioner Brian Kaplan, and seconded by Commissioner Freeman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, and the motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Centennial Ice Arena project update, and Manager Schwartz is to present.
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. And can you see my screen? It should say Centennial Ice Arena. All right. So since the last time we have met, we have put together our team for the Centennial Ice Arena renovation, and our team's goal is to design the renovation of the Centennial Ice Arena, interior lobby, office spaces, exterior parking lot, and address the drainage issues at the site. So our team is Woodhouse Tanucci, Gaywalt Hamilton, and the Park District of Highland Park. So Woodhouse is focused on the interior renovations, that new entry vestibule, really making it a bright, welcoming space when participants and visitors walk into the building. They are focused on the MEPs, the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and structural, so all that goes into the design of the building. Gaywalt is focused on the new drop-off configuration. So the parking lot renovations, that's both the main lot and the overflow lot, exterior lighting, and drainage. So all the outside stuff. And the Park District will be managing all the interior furnishings, so the FF&E, all the low voltage. So that's like the wiring and all the plugs and all the IT stuff. And then we're also putting in new rubber flooring in the ice arena. So the project is really focused everything outside of the arena, but we are bringing in the rubber flooring, so it's continuous throughout the ice side of the building. And just quickly to show you our schedule, we had our first kickoff meeting yesterday and we are ready to hit the ground running. We're finalizing the detailed schedule, but this is a very general schedule that we're working off of at this point. And we're working on coordinating meetings and determining our milestone dates. So we're focused on design development through the end of the year. We'll be beginning construction documents first quarter of 2022, begin permitting April, kind of spring, early spring of 2022. To target a construction start in June. We've also started working through the scheduling and sequencing and the phasing required to understand how programs might be impacted. Our goal right now is to limit program interruption as best we can. So we're working through that right now and hope to have some answers in the next few weeks to months. So that's all I have on our update on Centennial renovation. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions, comments? We'll start with Commissioner Kaplan,
No comments, no questions.
Commissioner Freeman.
None from me. Sounds good. Thank you.
I have nothing. Again, this is I'm very excited as we move forward with this project. It's much needed, and look forward to as we progress through your schedule. Thank you, Manager Schwartz. Does staff anything else do want to add on this? No, I see a no from our executive director. So I'll move on to the next agenda item, if that's okay with everybody else. And that is the Golf Learning Center project updates. The first item, there's two items. Item one will be the parking lot repairs that Director Smith will present. And then the other one, which after we do the parking lot repair, will be the mini golf course repairs. And Manager Oaks, is that how you pronounce Ryan's last name? Okay, we'll present that. Sorry about Ryan if I butchered it, but I always called you Ryan. So all right. So first item is the parking lot repairs. Director Smith to present.
All right, thank you very much. So since the last presentation on this project, we have moved forward with, we completed most of the sidewalk work. We talked about this last time. The majority of this is done. There's a small portion that's going to be completed at the very end of the project. What's also been occurring, this is in the north lot portion that was just turf, but was regraded to make a slight increase to that north lot. And then, how do I go back here? Let's see. And then what's been happening is grinding the lot, preparing for asphalt. You can see that happening here. This is basically what it looks like now. As you can see in this photo, even though the lot is grinded but is not asphalted just yet, it still can be used. We know that there's still quite a bit of activity at the range, and there will be activity starting at the dome soon. So the lot is still available. And what they're also doing right now is just shoring up the stone base in a few areas. The biggest challenge has probably been the weather. That's kind of slowed things a little bit, but fortunately we are going to do asphalting, assuming the weather does cooperate next week, early next week, probably Tuesday and Wednesday. And if weather is good, they could be in striping a lot as soon as Thursday, and then putting up some signage, ADA signage and whatnot on Friday, and be done with the project. So it's most likely it'll be done the end of next week or the very start of the following week. Any questions?
I'll start with Commissioner Freeman first. Still muted, Jen.
None from me. Thank you.
Commissioner Kaplan.
No questions. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks.
I have nothing either. So thanks for the update on the parking lot repairs. Is there anything else, Jeff, or is that it?
That's it for right this moment.
Okay, let's talk about the mini golf course repairs. Ryan's expanding from turf.
Yeah, we
to,
are
to
in the
asphalt.
process this week of we started repairing the mini golf carpet, and the weather hasn't been that great this week, so they did not get much done. But they should finish everything by the end of next week. So we're gonna replace the old carpet with some fresh turf there. So at the next meeting, we'll have more pictures to give you. Then that's all I got.
That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
I like the brevity of it. Okay, so I have no comments. I assume my fellow commissioners have no comments. Thumbs up. Another outstanding presentation, Ryan. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
I want to hear about the bridges. When do we get to hear about that?
You get to hear about that right now.
Oh, let's hear about the bridges. Okay, next item on the agenda is the Sunset Valley Golf Club Bridge Replacement Project update. Director Smith presented. I'm sure Ryan will have also some supplemental information.
All right,
Dr.
thank you
Smith.
very much. So we've been making progress on this project. We have a bid that was released today, and I'll talk about that timeline in just a moment. But to start off by giving a quick reminder on the scope of this project. So of the 9 bridges at the course, Bridge 4, which is a newer bridge, is going to remain and is not part of this project. In the first year of construction, which will be spring of next year, Bridge 1 and Bridge 9 will both be replaced. The following spring, 2023, Bridge 5, Bridge 7 will be replaced, and Bridge 8 will be removed. And in the final year, 2024, Bridge 2 and Bridge 3 will be replaced, and Bridge 6 will be removed. So here's a photo of the current bridges. Here's another one. And this is Bridge 4. The new bridges will be a very similar style to this. The only difference is they will not be as wide as Bridge 4. They will be a similar width to what they are right now. And as I mentioned, we released a bid today. So as the committee may recall, we had reported previously that we're breaking this into 2 bids for the project, and that is a bid to purchase the bridges, that's the bridge fabrication bid here, and also we will separately hire a contractor to install the bridges. So as I mentioned, that was released today. Bids are due on November 2nd. We plan to review those results at the workshop meeting on November 9th, and then request board approval on November 16th. The first 2 bridges for the year 1, so next year, will be delivered in March of 2022. The way we structured this bid is the base bid is for bridges 1 and 9, for the bridges for next year. We've also included an alternate to purchase bridges year 2 and year 3 as well. And so we'll assess that when the pricing comes in, make a recommendation as to whether or not we feel that we should purchase all 6 bridges now. And to clarify, we would be making a commitment to it. However, we would not pay for the bridges until they were delivered. So we would purchase bridges 1 and 9 in March of 2022, and we'd formally pay for the other bridges in 23 and 24 respectively. Secondly, we have the installation bid. That's going to be going out in December. We plan to award that in January, and our plan is to begin construction in February. We'll be prepping the site, making it ready for the delivery of the bridges in March, and we would wrap the project up by the end of April. And that's all I have right now. Any questions?
Questions, comments, Commissioner Kaplan,
No, sir.
Commissioner Freeman?
Nope.
I just have a couple. Do you anticipate any issues with the supply chain issues that are going on right now? How that, if that may impact the delivery of these materials?
Right now we do not, but this is part of the reason we are trying to give it as much lead time as possible.
Okay. And I think this is a good opportunity for Ryan. Can you give us an update if you're still on the call about we talked about where kids called it the sewage canal, and now they call it like the north branch with the north branch of the right fork of the Skokie River, whatever they call it now. So if there's an update on that.
Yeah, so I'll be able to bring a more detailed update to the next facility committee meeting. But right now, we're just working with V3 to kind of give all the options we can to see what we can do, whether it's like a colorful planting that's low lying that we can place in the canal just to help with erosion, and then do different options throughout to see what we can do. Maybe add some stone in certain areas in front of greens like number 6, number 10. Just to see what's most cost effective.
Any updates on the condition of the course based on all the rain we've had in the last week or two?
Extremely wet.
Extremely wet.
Yeah.
Did the the water overflow the banks?
No, thankfully not.
So the course is drained? Is it?
Course
is
is drained very well. It's just really wet.
It's so the drainage system is working?
Very well.
Great. So that's a good, I guess periodically, if you can report back to us now that we have this facility meeting, just to make sure, because obviously a lot of things that we did with the course, when we renovated the course, was also to improve the drainage. So when we have these big rains and we have these meetings, we just update us to make sure that everything's still working over there. The plumbing's still working, so to speak.
Yes,
Okay, great.
will do.
Anybody else, do you have any more comments or questions at this point? All right, this is like a record for a facility meeting. Probably it's only our second one, so there's not a lot to compare it to, but is there any other business from the staff or the board?
Just two items, actually, pretty quick. I did email out this morning a copy of the third amendment of the license agreement for the Highland Park Fieldhouse for the board's review. We do plan to bring that to the park board on October the 26th for formal approval. It is a 3-year extension. The fee that they pay has increased to $75,000 per year, and then a 3% increase for the next 2 years, and then we do a 4% of their gross revenue. We do have built in an option to exercise for them to build the canopy in the third year. So any questions on that at this point?
Yes, at the encouragement of President Ruttenberg, I actually read the agreement today. I think that when you bring this back to the board, if you can, the right of first refusal and the option to I guess, acquire, because it's not really a purchase. If you can go through that and try to walk through the steps, and then at a future facility meeting, would you make a presentation or prepare something outlining what the district's intent and why that was included in the agreement, and what's the plan, so to speak? What's the vision for that facility? And I'm not asking for it right now, but at a future meeting, if you put that on an agenda, we can have that discussion, because obviously some thought went into it. Otherwise, you wouldn't put that provision in the document.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else on that one?
That was
Okay.
some questions from Commissioner Kaplan or Freeman on that.
No, I think they're fine. They're good.
The only last thing, real quick, this was developed today. I just want Amalia to give a quick update on our timeline in regards to the RFQ for West Ridge. So if you want to just kind of briefly run through that, Amalia, just to give a quick update.
Sure.
Our next meeting.
Yeah, I put the schedule up just so it's clear as I'm talking through it. So we did issue the RFQ. We're expecting the submittals to come in on the 21st. We'll take the rest of October to evaluate and determine a short list of firms to interview or participate in that design competition, which will be held on November 17th. And then we expect to come back to the facility committee at the December 2nd meeting with a preferred firm or team recommendation, which will then kick off us finalizing negotiations to then come back to the park board and the finance committee at the December meetings. And then if all goes well, come to the park board meeting on December 16th for contract award.
So the next,
Any
Comments
questions?
from board members? Commissioner Kaplan,
No, I'm good.
Commissioner Freeman?
Nope, I'm good.
Has there been any discussions with 112 and 113 regarding participating in the building?
I talked with Dr. Lubefeld, and their focus is solely on their plans that don't really involve collaboration in regards to their administrative staff being in our building. So right now, it's probably not going to work with our timeline that there would be anything including their administration. So.
What about 113?
Have not had any conversations with 113.
I mean, if, just so we have a paper trail on this, if you could, I would have at least one more conversation with both school districts. And if they decide that they do not desire to participate, then we send a confirming email to them indicating that that's their intent. So at least we have a record that we did reach out to them and that they decided to go their own direction. Okay. Anything else from my fellow commissioners? Anything else from staff?
Nope, just confirming November 2nd is our next meeting date. So that works with everybody. That's when we will have, as Amalia just reported, information on who we will likely interview and do the competition for the RFP.
Hold on a second. November 2nd, that's a Tuesday. Does anybody have an issue with that, considering that's election day in Virginia? I think we're okay, huh? Okay. Okay, so anybody else have anything else? This is like a record meeting. If no one else has any questions, comments, or anybody, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
Okay, a motion by Commissioner Kaplan, second by Commissioner Freeman. All in favor, say aye. The ayes have it.